I'm Debbie.
And I'm Jan.
And welcome to Villages 365. Today we're going to talk to you a little bit about tennis in the villages, one of my favorite subjects.
And I'm not a tennis person, but I have taken tennis lessons. But I did a lot of racquetball, and I tend to flip like this, and my tennis instructor was not happy with me.
So maybe Jan needs to take a tennis lesson over at the villages.
Maybe. That could be a comic type video.
So what we thought we'd talk to you about is there are several places to play tennis in the villages. And the villages, I don't feel like the developer themselves or the salespeople really promote tennis. They always promote golf. And I had asked one time, why don't they promote the tennis? And they said, tennis courts aren't as pretty as golf courses. And so when you're looking at their pamphlets, tennis courts just don't play as well as the golf courses. And I suppose that's true. The golf courses are very pretty here. So, but we also have beautiful tennis courts. So one place that you can play is at Glenview Tennis Club. Okay, so Glenview is the main tennis club here in the villages, and it is the only one with a pro shop. So as you can see, they've got tennis clothes, tennis shoes, strings, rackets, anything that you might need for your tennis. You can get your rackets strung there also. They do have professional stringers there, so you can pay to get your rackets strung. So if you need to do that, you're able to drop them off. You can bring your own string, or you can purchase string there. And there are different charges for the stringing depending on which way you choose to do that. So if you do bring your own string, they charge a little bit more for the stringing, or you can purchase string there and then pay a little bit less for your stringing. So that can all be done there. Glenview has 6 Hard-True courts. So those play like clay. They're a little bit cooler. They're a little bit easier on the body. So those are a great place to play. It's a great facility. Lots of activities.
Okay, a good way to get to know people and to play tennis here is on the round robin, doubles round robin, and they do it 4 times a week for 2 hours, and you can sign up beforehand. And if you're visiting, it's a good way to be able to play tennis. Mm-hmm. And so for 2 hours, Monday at 2, Wednesday at 4, Thursday at 2, and Friday at 2. And then you can meet a lot of good people and get some exercise.
Okay, you can also take tennis lessons there at the club, and their rates are set depending on how many people are in the lesson. So $60 for one person, and then it goes up progressively the more people that are in that lesson. So they've got several pros over there. Some of them are actually certified instructors, and some are not. And you would just call the tennis club and let them know that you're looking for a lesson. They have both males and females. So you can just tell them you're looking for a lesson and let them know if you have a preference that way. And otherwise, they'll just set you up with who's available. Their tennis pros, they're all real helpful. And so they try to give good instruction. The lessons last for an hour. They also do have clinics there. So if you are, again, new to the villages, or just visiting, and you are having a harder time getting in with a tennis group, you can sign up for the clinics. And the clinics are basically instructional. Some of the pros will work on one particular skill or something like that, but it's basically you get to hit a lot of balls. You'll meet a lot of fun people. Those were all restricted to 6 people. So you do have to call the club to sign up for the clinics. And then the clinics reach $15 per hour. But there are clinics every single day of the week. Different skill levels, so you can let them know what your tennis ranking is if you're a USTA 3.5 player, 4.0 player, whatever, so that they can get you in an appropriate clinic. That's also helpful, so you're playing with people at your level.
So if you're have never played tennis, then you can sign up for a amateur.
You can. They actually have, I think Mark Davis, the head pro over there, he runs a program called it's a start restart is what it's called. And so if you're just a beginner tennis player, it's a great thing. They work on the different strokes of the game. And then it's also, if you haven't picked up a racket in 20 years and you're kind of rusty and you want to get back into it, it's a great refresh on what your skills need to look like and what they used to look like.
Right, because I really only play tennis on the Wii. I don't think that counts.
Well, you can get pretty good on that Wii. There's a lot of topspin on those balls.
I'm not even going to admit that sometimes I get sore. Another thing that's available at the Glenview Tennis Club is they have a social mixed doubles social, and it's is it usually on a Saturday, or they just pick a day?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he does it on Saturday all the time or just picks a day.
Anyway, there's prizes and drinks, and it's $13, and $15 for resident, $17 for non-resident. The $13 is for the enhanced. When you
the priority people.
You pay in advance and you sign up at the Tennis Pro shop, and it's a really good mixer and fun and social and play some tennis.
Yeah, that's another one that's kind of fun. It's not based on tennis levels, so it can be very different tennis, but it's a great way to meet people. Everybody's really social. It's just for fun. Nobody's trying to put a ball through your head and all that. So yeah, so it's just a fun way to meet people and to socialize.
Yep.
And you hang out afterward and have a little food, and well, they're not doing the food anymore. They used to do food. They've taken that away. But anyway, drinks, COVID, no more food.
Yep.
Anyway, so another way that you can play over at Glenview is there are residents here that run groups. And so just so you have an idea, the court times run for 2 hours. So the times are 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 2, 2 to 4. Okay, so if you come to the Villages and you are a 3-5 female and you would like to play with ladies only, you just go into the club and you let them know, I'm here. This is my phone number. I would like to play some tennis with 3-5 ladies. They will get you in with a captain that runs that group and that level group. And what will end up happening is a lot of times, especially if you come in the wintertime, these groups are really full because we only have so many courts. So they book up however many courts they have, and that's the end of that. So what I recommend you doing is going in and being put on the sub list in the event that they don't have any openings. And so what that will do is, as Jan's supposed to play, she got sick today, she calls me and she's like, Deb, I'm sick, I can't play. I call you end up saying, yes, I can, I'll be right there. And then you start to get in the group, and then all of a sudden they start to see how you play and they get a comfort level with you and you're a nice human and all that. And they're like, let's make sure that this person gets in. And so that's kind of how you get in. You kind of have to be patient with getting into the groups, especially if it's in the wintertime. I always tell people in the summertime, if you want to get in now, because a lot of the seasonal people, the snowbirds have left. So there's some openings. So it's a great time to kind of get yourself into the groups.
Right.
So, and there are men's groups, women's groups, all different tennis levels. There are some groups that are mostly men, but a few women play in. So just let them know what you're interested in. And I will say the staff at the office is amazing. They're great about getting people at your level, getting you a playing opportunity. If you are visiting, they will get you into something that you will be suited for. So they're very good about that. And that's always a great thing. Okay, so another playing opportunity would be USTA. So for those of you who like to play your league tennis, as you've got to play out of a club. In the Villages, the only club we have is Glenview Tennis. So that is where you would need to play out of the Villages USTA tennis. So if you are a league player and you're looking for league play, just reach out to the club and let them know that you're looking for such and such level, and again, such and such team, mixed doubles, ladies doubles, men's doubles, whatever it is. And they will get you in touch with the captain that's running that team. So as it is in most places of the country, the club doesn't actually run the team. There is a member that runs the team and captains the team, but it all is run out of Glenview Tennis Center. So that is the main place you want to go to for your league tennis.
And another thing is the attire for tennis, and you need to be dressed appropriately. No t-shirts, no blue jeans. Not that any tennis player would do that because they had the best clothes. And the same thing is for golf, that you should be dressed appropriately. So, and you have to have the correct shoes for the tennis courts. You can, no cleats, and so yeah, then you can also shop at the shop and get that outfit that you're going to look good in.
Yep. They've got a lot to choose from there. So the other thing that you'll want to know is that there are 4 more hard-true courts up at Nancy Lopez. This is kind of a weird situation, so I'll explain it the best I can. But there are 4 courts up there. When you play up there, you do need to check in at the pool monitor and let her know that you are playing. But what happens is everything is actually set up through Glenview. So if you want to reserve a court up at Nancy Lopez because it's closer for you or whatever, you can do that, but you always set it up through Glenview. So the phone number actually for Glenview is 352, I'm going to put this on the screen, but 352-753-1317. So all the scheduling for the courts does go through the Glenview Tennis Center, but there are 4 additional hard-true courts up there to play up at Lopez. A lot of players like playing up there because it is a little less busy. Another good thing is there's a great pool and bar and restaurant. Now the pool is only available if you're a priority member, an enhanced member, but there is they call it the pool bar, the Lopez pool bar.
Is it they call it the pool restaurant
or the Oasis Grill?
Yeah.
It's had a couple names, but
it has really good food.
Yeah. They've got great.
It's a smaller menu, but yeah, we've always had a good meal there.
And so it's a great place to go after you've had a nice hot tennis match. Go over and get refreshed, and if you need a snack or a meal, again, everything is very social here, so a lot of the tennis players will do that. They'll play their round for 2 hours, and then they go over there and they'll have lunch or whatever. So it's a kind of fun place to play as well. So you just prepay at Glenview. Another thing that I don't remember if we talked about on the golf videos, but the tennis is the same. So we all have an ID card. When you move to the villages, right, you get your ID card. So we can preload those cards with money. So,
really?
Oh, you didn't know that?
Gosh.
You learned something new on our little YouTube videos.
I'm going to have to watch this video now.
The great thing is, so tell your kids, our kids do this all the time for us. So they can give you golf credit and then give you tennis credit. So what you can do is you can't, the only things you can use them for is golf and tennis. Okay. So you can't charge food, nothing like that. So don't get too carried away here, people. But you can call any of the pro shops, whether it's the golf or tennis, and say, I want to put $500 on my golf account, $500 on my tennis account. They're all the same account. So you just call them up and you say, hi, this is Debbie. My number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 numbers. And I would like to put $500 on this card. And here's my credit card number. So you've got $500. So now every time you go to the golf shop or the tennis shop, you just scan your card and they use your shop credit.
Who knew?
You didn't know that. I didn't know
I'm
you
going to
didn't
do that
know
now.
Yeah.
That would be way easier. I wouldn't have to drag a credit card.
You don't. Yeah.
Did they do that at COVID, when COVID happened?
No, this has been going on for.
No, but I mean, weren't they encouraging that? And I thought they had just.
Oh, they might have.
Yeah.
They might
I thought
have
they had just
that.
done that for
cleanliness, COVID things. Yeah.
But,
I do think they did promote that, but yeah, you can do that. And that's always been the way. And so anyway, so for the tennis, the easy thing for a resident would do is load your card. That way, when you play at Lopez, you just let them know, I called the club, they put it on my shop credit, and you're done. Otherwise, you got to call in with a credit card every single time that you want to play up at Lopez, which is kind of inconvenient. So, but yeah, tip also for golfers, tennis players, parents with children, Great Mother's Day gift, Father's Day gift, Christmas gift. We tell our kids, we're fortunate. We have a lot of things. And that's what we say is, we always love our golf credit. And so the kids will put $50 on our card or whatever, and then we've got it. So yes.
Wow. You learn something new every day.
Yeah. So last place to play tennis here in the Villages is on the hard courts. So all of the hard courts here are free. Free. So you can do that at any of those facilities. Those are through the rec centers. I did look on the website today before we were doing this video. So it's the district.gov that has the website. And so what they do is they've got listed on there all of the rec centers and what amenities are with each of the rec centers. I did look, and for some reason they only had everything north of 466A. I don't know why. So anyway, but I counted them up. There were 44 hard courts. So you can play any of those with no cost.
Do you have to make a reservation?
You don't. And so we kind of talked about that though. So we kind of talked about that in one of our rec videos. So some people do have those courts reserved. So I did look into that as well. So the rec department has applications. They come out twice a year. One is a fall and winter season. One is a spring and summer season. And so if Jan and I decided that we wanted to go play tennis and we wanted to go to Seabreeze, and that's where we wanted to play every Tuesday at 10 a.m. I can go into that, the rec center, and get an application, and they only come out, like I say, twice a year, and they've got those dates listed on the website as well. But what they end up doing is they'll take those applications and then they put them in, and then they will go ahead and give you that time slot if it's available. And then from then on, those courts are our courts until the next season, and then we have to reapply. So you do have to keep reapplying. You don't get those reserved for the rest of your God-given life, but you get them for a season. And so then that way there's going to be something in the rec news that says at 10 a.m. on Tuesday, there's the Jan Debbie tennis group. And so then you would know if you just wanted to go play with your friends, you would have to look in the rec news and you say, okay, well, they're taken from 10 to 12. So let's go at 12 o'clock because that's when they're open.
So then you'd have to do that every time, every season, twice a year. You have to redo it. You're not grandfathered in forever at that.
Correct. Yep. And so I know we've done it. There's a couple groups that I play in on the hard court, and there's one guy that'll always go do it, or they're pretty good about coming out and being, hey, you guys, just so you know, your time's about to expire. So if you want to renew for next season, come in and sign the paperwork, and we do. So anyway, there is plenty of tennis to be had here. The rec centers also do have a one-time use that you can reserve it. I'm not sure why you'd want to do this, but I don't know I guess if you had a bunch of friends coming in, a bunch of my girlfriends are coming in, we're going to do this big tennis weekend in, July, and this is March, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I want to try and reserve 2 courts to make sure we've got them. And you can do that. They say that you have to do it at least 1 week in advance, but no more than a month in advance. So you can do, like, if on July 4th, I want courts, you can go apply for them. You just need to do it in the time frame required, and it's a one-time deal. I think courts are pretty easy to find. You may not get the same time you want or whatever, but you can usually find a court available to play on. From my experience, usually the tennis players like to play first thing in the morning. So because it's cooler. Yeah. And even no matter what season, but I tend to find more courts available in the afternoon, just if you want to go hit with somebody and, just go play. So that seems to be where you find them. There are some practice boards on some of the courts. Those I hate them because they hit your ball 8,000 miles past you. But anyway, you can do that. We did a quick video on the historic side of the Villages. There are hard courts over there on Paradise at the Paradise Rec Center. Those are the only lighted courts in the Villages on the hard courts. Bring your quarters, you feed the machine, you get lights. So that's kind of cool to play the tennis under the lights. Glenview and Lopez both have lights. So as long as the facility's open and people are paying for the courts, the lights will be on for you. So that's included with your fee.
Is there a cap of when that you have to stop?
At Paradise, I'd have
No,
to
I
look
mean
what
at the
they're
other two, like
at the other two. Well, yeah, at
9
Lopez,
o'clock,
yeah,
9
they
o'clock.
they do close. So yeah,
Okay.
when the facility's closed,
Okay.
you're off. So I think right now they're running the court 6 till 8 o'clock. There's time frame 6 to 8, so I think you got to be off by 8. Which in the summertime, I don't know, maybe they turn them on at the very end, but in the wintertime, it's
Yeah, because it gets dark at 5.
yep, and they do turn them on, and so they're on in the evenings. So there are places to play at night, obviously, but those are a lot of suggestions as to how, where, and what to get your tennis fix in. Lots of opportunities. If you're new, there are a lot of ways to be welcomed into the tennis community, and you'll always want to play at your level, just as you would want other people to be coming in and playing at theirs.
Right. Yeah.
So
And they do that with pickleball and softball too.
Yep.
You get rated, and so it's not somebody winning all the time.
yeah, not one-sided or lopsided. So, but I think that about wraps up tennis. So come down and see us. We're always looking for more tennis players. Ladies, if you're watching, we need some 4-5s down here. We've got almost enough for a team, so come on
That
down.
would be fun.
Come
and
on
somebody
down.
might be living in the villages and sees this and says, hey,
Hopefully,
there you go.
because everybody says there's not very much high-level tennis down here, and I think there is. I think just everybody's spread out, and so nobody knows that you need to check in at the Glenview club to get it, so that we're all in one group.
That would be cool.
So yeah, but hope you found this informative, and if you would have any other video suggestions,
Let us know.
yeah, we love to hear from you. We always read the comments.
Yes, we do.
So have a great day, and thanks for
Like
watching.
and subscribe.